Welcome to you all and Namaste from Dhananjaya Kumar. This video, like about 450 videos on this YouTube channel, dedicated to our future, our children's future, and enabling our children to create a future different from what grown-ups have done. So, what kind of children are really going to contribute? I hope all of them can and have the capability. But the qualities of good learners who will not only learn but benefit themselves and the whole society and change the future course of civilization. That will be their contribution, which will be so natural that they don't have to really ponder and worry about it, but keep doing what they have chosen, what they are capable of, and what they feel needs to be done. So there are 8 signs of good learners that teachers and families should remind them from time to time. So the first one is interest, passion, and commitment to learning. It is not that learning is a pastime or part-time job, that I'm doing something, other things more important, and sometimes I will focus on learning. It is a constant top priority. You are always interested in learning and knowing how to learn, regardless of what you are learning. A better way to learn is not really learning little bit about all things, but more things about all things. You have not only interest in learning each and every aspect and object in detail, but how they are connected to everything else. So the real knowledge is in connections. So you have to be interested, naturally interested, not forced to be interested. You have the passion, which means you are always making an effort without tiring yourself or without worrying yourself. And commitment, that this is not a matter of choice, that you are choosing to learn, you are committed to learn. Even if you are not formally learning, you are observant, you are internalizing the knowledge that is coming your way from all directions. You are not shielding or protecting yourself from new knowledge, because new knowledge always creates a change in you. The second is keen observation. That I've seen a lot of people, they quickly change their vision and their direction and look at something and they say, yeah, I know it, and then move on. And you take interest in things, find time to observe something without assuming what it is. Observe and learn what it is. So observation is the second. The third is close attention, which means you are listening to it, you are seeing it, you are touching it, you are connecting with it, and you are paying attention. You are not neglecting or casually looking at things. Yeah, I know a little bit about it. That little bit is not enough. A deeper knowledge of what things are made of, how they are made, how they function, and how they are connected to everything else, same as you are. Then concentration. When you are trying to learn about any subject, any topic, any object, you concentrate. Concentrate means you do not pay attention to too many things at the same time. You focus on one thing until you have learned something, important thing, significant amount of knowledge, and then at the same time, a sister of concentration is contemplation, which means that after you have concentrated on some question or some topic or anything around you or in your book, then next stage is, after you have focused on that, then you see with what and how this thing is related to other things. So the knowledge of that one object is partial. When its connections with other objects and nature you can learn and discover, then that is more complete knowledge. Okay? Same thing about yourself. You can concentrate on one thing, let's say sound. A sound of music or some sound of wind is coming. So you're concentrating and you figure out what it is. So it is the sound produced by thunder or wind. Then you hear that sound. Of course, you are affected by it. And then you say where the sound is coming from, how that sound is produced, and how strong it is, how loud it is, and are there pauses? Is this a pleasant sound? Is this a musical sound? So all these contemplation on that particular vibration of sound. Then number 5 comes questioning. After you know a little bit, you are in a position to learn more about it, and then you learn more by questioning. What it is, not only what it is made of, how it works, what is its value, what is its connection with you and with the whole surrounding, and how the whole surrounding influences it. So there are interconnections, interdependence. One thing affecting the other and is affected by the other. So like grass is growing nice and green, it is connected with water, availability of water, and good land that the grass and flowers are growing. So the land, water is affecting the flower. The flower blooming is affecting your vision, is affecting your interest in the flower, is affecting the air if it is a fragrance in the flower. So this kind of, this way of knowing is a good method as well. Then the 6th quality of learner is discipline. Discipline means you are not casual about it, that you are doing something and then you hear something else comes to your mind and then you leave and start doing something else, and whatever you have learned you have forgotten. So you have discipline. You make discipline in your studies, in your rest, in your play, everything. Don't randomly start doing things. Some randomness is okay, but you designate a time to study and then avoid being distracted. 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever, you are going to study. You are going to play for an hour, then play for an hour. Just don't randomly, you are sitting and think you are getting bored, which should never happen actually. And then you start playing something. Even if you are not outside playing, you start playing something in your hand and pressing buttons and do games on TV or mobile phones, etc. Have a discipline. Discipline helps. Then number 7 is lifestyle and environment. And we have made a number of videos on food habits, on regular scheduling. You have school time, you have study time, rest time is sometimes even more important. So you have a lifestyle, what kind of music you hear, how you sleep, when you sleep. Have it in a very organized way without getting stressed about it. You develop a lifestyle that you do certain things, certain times, certain kind of nutrition. You will avoid food which are bad for your health, bad for your mind, things like that. So, the number 8 is maybe most important, is when you learn something new and you have tested it, you have confirmed it, then anything that contradicts that new knowledge that you knew in the past, you have to learn to erase it, so that you don't have conflicting knowledge in your mind. Old knowledge which has been disproven, you are still carrying in your memory, and you are acquiring new knowledge, and there is a conflict. You are confused from time to time. So to avoid that confusion, keep refreshing your knowledge, adding to your knowledge, and validating it and absorbing it. So with all this, seems like a lot of work, but actually it is not. When you get used to it, you are naturally inclined to attract and imbibe those qualities in your personality, and it will become effortless and restful learning, which is more productive, more useful, more beneficial to children in the long run. Thank you for listening, and we'll meet again soon.